been a task to get down here. So guys, this has been a crazy adventure right now.
And me and Brian are just sitting here kind of listening.
The river seems to be super low. The boat's getting hung up everywhere. Yep, Cleo right here. Just at the tracks.
We had another 3 miles up this river in order to get back to the vehicle.
In the heart of the Adirondacks, where dense forests and shadowed mountains guard their secrets, a life-changing encounter would forever alter the path of a young man named Brian Gosselin. It was 1976. Just 9 years after the world was captivated by the infamous Patty film from Bluff Creek, a moment that ignited imaginations and sparked controversy. But in Whitehall, New York, something even more profound was about to unfold. Brian Gosselin, a local with an insatiable curiosity, came face to face with the unimaginable, with Bigfoot. This harrowing encounter shook Brian to his core. The disbelief, the fear, and the unrelenting questions haunted him, but instead of retreating into shadows of doubt, Brian did something extraordinary. He chose to pursue the truth. Against all odds, Brian became a relentless researcher, delving into the mysteries of Sasquatch with a determination few could match. He combed through forests, interviewed witnesses, and gathered evidence that would span a lifetime. Over the decades, Brian has collected a wealth of evidence, from hair samples to eyewitness testimonies, each piece contributing to the ever-growing puzzle of Bigfoot's existence. His journey is not just one of discovery, but of courage, persistence, and the search for truth in a world that often prefers skepticism over belief. You can delve into Brian's remarkable journey. In his book, he shares the chilling details of his encounter. This is not just a book. It's a testament to the power of belief and the enduring mystery that continues to captivate us all. We at Finding Dystopia have the utmost respect for Brian and his unwavering dedication. We are honored to help him share his story with the world. If you want to support Brian directly, follow the link in the description to purchase his book. Dive into the unknown and decide for yourself. In the quiet heart of the Northeast, where the Green Mountains stretch towards the sky, there lies a river shrouded in mystery and beauty. The Poultney River, with its untamed banks and hidden secrets, beckons those who dare to explore its depths. Today, we join Brian Gosselin on a journey unlike any other. 6 miles downstream, starting at the Carver Falls Dam, in search of evidence that might bring us closer to the understanding of the legend of Sasquatch. With the river at an all-time low, conditions were far from ideal. The journey would be harsh, the waters unpredictable, but for Brian, this was the perfect opportunity to uncover what the wilderness might reveal. As we pushed off from shore, the riverbanks, seldom touched by human presence, unfolded before us. An ecosystem so diverse, so vibrant, it felt as though we had stepped into another world. This was not the New York or Vermont that we knew. This was something far more ancient, far more wild. Here, the air hung heavy with humidity, and the ground was a living carpet of moss and ferns, reminiscent of the temperate rainforests of the Pacific Northwest. The trees along the riverbank, their roots exposed like mangroves, reached deep into the riverbed, anchoring themselves to the earth, just as we anchored ourselves to the hope of discovery. This untamed land, teeming with life, offered a glimpse into a world where nature reigns supreme. Deer, beavers, raccoons all left their marks, tracks that whispered of the life that thrives here, far from the touch of civilization. And yet, in this remote wilderness, there could be something more. A creature so elusive, so intertwined with the very fabric of this landscape, that it has evaded capture for generations.
I thought that I was the only one crazy enough to take a boat down this river, but it makes perfect sense. If anything's out here, it's in places like this.
His words lingered in the air as we continued our journey, every bend in the river offering a new possibility, every rustle in the undergrowth a hint of what might be watching from the shadows.
Keep your eyeballs open on those sandbars.
I am. I'm listening and watching everything.
It's so quiet.
Did they come out in the daytime?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'd say you're more likely to see one in the daytime.
Well, they said dawn and dusk.
Well, someplace like this, they'd be out. If they want to drink water or whatever.
Through the dense foliage, the tangled roots, and the still waters, we searched, hoping to find the evidence that had eluded so many before us. The landscape here, with its rough terrain and lack of human visitors, seemed an ideal habitat for Sasquatch, a place where it could thrive, hidden from the prying eyes of the modern world. This journey down the Poultney River was not just a quest for proof. It was a journey into the wild heart of nature, a reminder of the mysteries that still lie beyond our reach. Whether or not we could find what we seek, the river will continue to flow, and the legend of Sasquatch will endure, carried on the current, waiting for the next adventurer to follow its call. Some days begin with a sense of foreboding, as if nature herself is warning you of the trials ahead. Our journey down the Poultney River was one of those days. What was meant to be a simple 8-mile expedition quickly turned into a test of endurance, willpower, and respect for the untamed wilderness. Right from the start, the signs were there. Our producer and camerawoman suffered a hard fall, but her resolve never wavered. Despite this injury, she persevered, just as we all would, as we ventured deeper into the heart of nature's domain. Our original plan was ambitious, an 8-mile journey downriver, with a truck parked at the end of the route, ready to take us home. But as the water levels revealed their true, unforgiving nature, we realized that fate had other plans. Brian, Joseph Sirigliano, a seasoned paranormal researcher, and myself spent most of the day out of the boats, pushing and pulling our way through the riverbed, instead of the peaceful float we had imagined. It was a stark reminder to never underestimate Mother Nature. What we thought would be a serene journey turned into a grueling 6-mile trek, where every step was a battle against the elements. But giving up was never an option. With every bend in the river, every moment of struggle, we knew we were being tested, not just physically, but mentally and spiritually. The Poultney River was teaching us a lesson in humility, patience, and the raw, unyielding power of the natural world.
So what's up, guys? We finally got to the Poultney River with Brian. We just got the boats in the water, and we've hit some rocks on the way down here. It was a little bumpy ride getting in, but it's really fun now. We finally got ourselves down the river a little bit, so the water's a little higher. We're missing rocks. Brian and Anthony are down that way. They found deer tracks on the first bank that we stopped at. The deer tracks sometimes can indicate food sources for Sasquatch. So they decided to walk the riverbank and see if they could find any tracks possibly.
Plenty of fucking deer. Always has been. And me and Sue come down through that time. We saw one buck, 4 or 5 does. It's in the strip someplace. And the sandbank had caved away in. Then there was a big mound. And then us. And went up top of that second mound. Bloop! Right down to the deeper part of it. Jesus. So no matter where she went, she had to climb. Otherwise, she had to come to us.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not easy terrain, you know?
Oh shit, no.
That's like what I was kind of saying in our last video. Is like this would be some of the ideal area because it's relatively untouched and it's such hard terrain to get around. They would love it here.
You got to feel, you got to realize, go back 70, 80 years, 90 years, maybe 100 years. This is all logged off once or twice. This has been logged off.
Yeah.
But you never know what to look at, except for once in a while you find the old stumps from,
Yep.
you know. Same thing on the other side. It's weird. You got a lot of that shit that creates the fuzz that fishermen hate.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about? Poplars. Those,
Yeah.
oh my God, it's full of it over on that side. You got some on this side, but not half as much as there is over there.
I got a lot of nice ferns and stuff up here. Nice and diverse. It's posted over there, though.
It's constantly damp down here anyway.
Yeah.
In the woods, it's so shaded.
Oh, they'd love it here.
What'd you find, fellas?
Not much. A lot of good woods up there, though.
A lot
Yeah?
of deer tracks. A hell of a deer crossing down here.
Well, that's good. That means that we got food. We got
Back and forth
food
across
and we
the
got
river.
water.
Deer tracks here, but down there, they're all over the place.
It's hard terrain, though, so they'd love it up there.
Yeah, I was telling him, if you get into these woods, you go maybe half a mile that way. There's 8 meadows over there. They're 200 and 300 and 400 acres, alfalfa and hay.
Wow.
And then it comes to this shit to the river.
Holy shit.
That's Route 22 north going out of Fairhaven. If you get off at the Benson exit off 22 and go over towards the Nature Conservancy building, over in there it's acres and acres and acres of meadows with hedgerows. You know, it's all corn, alfalfa, hay. I said, this is a perfect, well, you can see it yourself. Once you get into the woods here, it's so damn thick. We went up on the top here, and it levels off somewhat, and the ferns are that tall. And
Wow.
oh, it's beautiful up in there anyway. But it's really hard to get around. You know, got logs that are falling down. And,
Well, that trail started to get pretty rough. Where like the water took it out.
They do normally come over and they take care of that. Because you see that concrete thing with the steps? Why the hell they built it so tall? Maybe for 10, 15 feet of water, I don't know.
Yeah, it was a little tall.
Yeah, it was.
You don't think that stick you found was a water meter, do you? To
I think it was something they were using.
the depth of the water?
Yep.
Could have been.
Something that's to do with measuring.
So are they ecologists, these guys?
That was
probably.
That was Fish and Wildlife.
Fish and wildlife
That's that
out of the state of Vermont. And they come. There's something about keeping track of the water depth for like each year.
Yeah.
They've been down here before. I've seen them.
We should have stopped quick and asked those guys if they've seen anything. I'm willing to bet they have. Most Fish and Wildlife guys have those field scientists.
A lot of them won't admit it, but some will.
Yeah.
So how far down, Brian, would you say we are now?
Right now,
Maybe not
3/4 of a mile.
3/4 of a mile? And we got another, 6 to go?
No.
6.
Oh, all the way to
No,
go
we
all
got
the
like
way
a mile and a
to
half.
go all the way
right?
down to where the truck is, and we got to put the boats in.
Yeah. That's about 5 to
6
6 miles.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
I have no idea what we're going to run in down the other end. I've never been all the way down. You get a lot of this trees that come down, and
So yeah, we can't really turn around. We just got to keep going straight.
yeah,
The only way out is through.
yeah.
Only
Once
way
we
out
get
is
going,
through.
we're going to have to.
Yeah.
In the deep ancient forest of New York and Vermont, tales of mysterious, tall, hairy creatures have been passed down through the centuries. From the 1600s to today, these legends have woven themselves into the very fabric of the land, a haunting reminder that there may still be mysteries lurking in the shadows of our world. Samuel D. Champlain, the great explorer, claimed his own encounter with such a creature, an experience that has echoed through the ages. Even the legendary founder and leader of Rogers Rangers had his brush with the unknown. These encounters, rooted in history, continue to captivate the imagination, just as they did hundreds of years ago. Today, the town of Whitehall, New York, has embraced its mysterious past, hosting an annual Bigfoot festival that draws enthusiasts from all over the world. Among them, Brian Gosselin and his wife, Sue, stand as pillars of this community, sharing their story and their research with those who are drawn to the mystery of Sasquatch. Each year, Brian takes the main stage to recount his harrowing 1976 encounter, a moment that not only changed his life, but also left a lasting impact on the town of Whitehall and its surrounding areas. His story, like so many others, adds to the growing tapestry of tales that suggest something extraordinary may just be out there. These stories are not unique to New York and Vermont. Across the globe and throughout history, cultures that had no contact with one another share strikingly similar legends of tall, hairy beings that could walk like men, but live hidden from the human eye. Could this be mere coincidence, or is there something more at play?
We didn't go up in there, right?
What's that?
We did. Is that where we? No, that's not where we went up.
No.
No,
What the hell?
it was back there a little ways.
Well, you see, something has been there.
Yeah, it looks to me like it has too. Right there,
Yeah,
going up that way.
it's probably just deer, but it almost looks like a slid up there. See?
Yeah,
See
yeah.
the 4 marks?
I do, I see them. Right up on that ridge.
Let me get a work way over here a little bit.
All right, smooth sailing for a little ways.
Whatever it is, it slid to enough where it's you even got the mud piled up. See it right here? See where,
Oh yeah.
see where it's rolled right up? Something that's
Wow.
of good size slid down that freaking bank. I got to
Holy shit, I do, I see that.
I gotta
I gotta
check
stop
this out.
recording.
Oh, but goddamn it, they're deer tracks.
Are they?
Yeah.
That's what came sliding down there, Brian?
Yep. All I see is deer tracks. Well, look at, it must be either that. There's something up there. The water would have come down here, lickety split, because
You think
It's
it
that
could have
wide.
been from the tree too?
I
Think it could have been from this tree?
was wondering if that's the tree that come down through there.
Well, I don't know. I feel like the roots almost look like this thing was sitting on the edge already. You know
Yeah,
what I
that
mean?
could be the ground that belongs here, right there. And there's
It could
deer
have been this
tracks.
tree though.
Yeah. That could have come down the river. Who the hell
True.
knows? Shit. I was hoping.
Theories abound. Some believe Sasquatch is an undiscovered species of megafauna, a distant relative of humans that has evaded detection. Others speculate it might be an extraterrestrial visitor, or even a spiritual guardian of the natural world. The truth, however, remains elusive, just like the creature itself. As we ponder these mysteries, we're reminded of our own responsibility to the earth. The forests of New York and Vermont, like so many others, are under threat from invasive species and constant human encroachment. Whether or not you believe in Sasquatch, one thing is certain. The best way to honor these legends is to protect the natural world they are said to inhabit. Respect the earth, preserve our forests, support environmental cleanup and conservation efforts. Even if you're not searching for Bigfoot, you can help ensure that the wild places of our world remain wild, and that the mysteries they hold, whatever they may be, are given the chance to flourish.
Keep watching in the woods, looking for
I'm
shadows.
looking, dude. My head's like it's on a 360 right now. I'm looking everywhere.
You see how hard it is, though, to get up on these banks and see if you can find anything? Stay here again. Yeah.
See?
We're getting the power now, RPMs.
We gotta go that way.
It's okay.
It's all right. It's a good spot to pull up. Oh, there goes my boat.
There goes your boat. We gotta catch his boat. What the hell? See? Now it looks like a boat was dragged up here.
Is that what that is?
There's a 5-gallon bucket somebody's been sitting on.
Okay.
If somebody else did the same thing we're doing. See this way this lane goes in, a few hundred yards, and it goes right out towards A Bear Road.
There's some raccoon prints, Brian.
Oh, got raccoon here? I see deer and one of them was a fawn. Those, yep.
So we're finding a lot of deer tracks, guys, up here, which is really cool because actually they're a food source for these creatures. It's so beautiful here, though, man. Unbelievable.
Whereabouts you parked your truck, Brian?
What? You know the bridge we crossed to go over to Galax?
Right here.
That's the bridge right there, right?
Right there.
In Whitehall.
We're right
On the Vermont side of the bridge, about 50 feet up on the left.
Like 4 miles, 4.5 miles.
Yeah.
So. It's very peaceful.
I see what you mean, Brian, by when you hear a sound out here, you hear it.
You hear it.
I mean, we did the investigation for Tom Messick that disappeared up in Brant Lake. Now, where he was situated, he was like 2 miles up Lily Pond Road.
Mm-hmm.
Very heavy, dense forest back there. And it wasn't this quiet.
Huh. This is dead silence. I show you not the day we come down through here, me and Sue, we were seeing owls, hawks, and eagles. Sitting in the friggin' trees. That was a day I'll never forget. I mean, one of them kind of memories. Oh, thought that was a crayfish. Come on, should be able to get in down through here. Ah, we're moving again. Shallow again.
So what would you say, Brian? We're about how far down the river right now?
Mile and a half.
It's been a little rough going because the river is very low, guys.
Oh, okay, what we got up here?
Oh boy.
Looks like we got a channel though.
You might be okay if you keep left. Stopping for a minute?
Yeah, this is a nice spot here, Tony.
Let me get out, Brian. Let me get out. Looks like must be 2 deer tracks together. That's a good size.
Right, it's big.
That's a good one.
Does anybody, I mean, are you allowed to hunt down here, Brian, or no?
Yeah, if I were to do it with a boat, nobody else will let you cross their land. But they can't stop you. This is the high water mark.
Oh, so they can't stop you.
They can't stop you. As long as you don't have to cross their land to get to it. You can get here any way you want. It almost looks like somebody's been going that way. There's a heel right there.
Yep.
Heel right here.
It's 2 sets of tracks, I think.
That's what it looks like.
Unless somebody came and went. But.
Our ride has arrived.
sandbar. Right on the phone on the left. Going out shopping. I'm looking for anything in the sand going up the banks.
What are those?
I know, I was looking.
What the fuck is that, Bri? Yo. Do you see those?
Oh, they look good from here, look good.
They're fucking it looks like two prints. Unless it's something that was put in the fucking sand. That's weird, man. That almost looked like toes on each side. No, that's not.
It does, but
Whatever it is, it's square.
It's square.
See it? I know what the hell
Unless
that is.
Bigfoot's got a square
But
foot.
Up there, Paul Bethany would cast that, so it was a definite Bigfoot track.
No, no way.
Or it could have been these people with the boats that have already been in here, because you can see the outline of
Yeah,
that.
of that.
There's
They
something-
probably dragged the boat up here, and because
Oh,
you
that
see
could
the
be.
drag marks. There's drag marks.
That's from water.
That's from,
there is a drag mark right there.
Snails or something, or clams even.
Oh, I thought they were
Little
drag
mark
marks.
like
Shit, I got
Close,
so
bro.
excited,
that.
man.
Out there, didn't it? You
God
had to
damn,
drive.
hell
I had to
yeah.
say, oh my God.
I had to look twice. I was like, whoa. At least we got a little smooth sailing right here, Brian. This is really fucking nice. All joking aside, I wouldn't have rather had spent my day any other way. As hard as it was, the work doesn't matter because, to be honest with you, it was just killer. We haven't found really any evidence, but we are sure having a good time.
This is where we want to look.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing nothing yet.
No, but I'm keeping my eyes peeled for anything. Although I can't really see what's in the ground. This is deep.
Yeah.
I can tell
Yeah.
how far
Just
down it goes.
drops
It just
off.
drops right the fuck off.
Good. Maybe it'll stay that way.
Yeah. It's like you've been lifting weights all day.
So we're kind of around about like what, 5 o'clock, guys? Which is prime time for these things to be around. We struggled a little bit coming down the river because we hit a lot of sand, very low water levels, like I said before. But now we're in deeper waters, just kind of hanging out. So we're just gonna sit here for a minute, see if we can hear anything. Man, it's so super fucking quiet. Ooh!
Right in this stretch here is where it came down across the river. Right in this stretch on our left.
You know, Brian, something I was just thinking about. Those, like, Matt Moneymaker and all those guys.
Yeah.
Do Do you think they could possibly be picking up moose calls sometimes?
Yep.
What, can they mistake that for a call?
Oh, yeah. Even some of their calls that they do sound like moose, you know?
Mm-hmm.
The
Oh, yeah, yeah. I've seen a video, though, where they like to do this thing. It almost reminds me of like a fire engine, like an old or a cop car. They go, and they just hold that shit forever. But the power is amazing.
That night would make your hair stand up and every hair on your body stand up. It was a deep.
Oh, I can imagine.
Tone. It started out deep and ended up a little bit higher, and that was it. But it went on for, Jesus Christ, 35, 45 seconds. You can't do that.
No.
You can't do that. But the volume alone was enough to wake the dead.
You know, ironically, it almost feels like you could be being watched at any moment, because they got a hell of a way to camouflage.
Oh, hell yeah.
could be being watched by anything right now, too.
Right now, yeah.
Not that the bear around here are that aggressive, but they're definitely opportunistic.
Mm-hmm.
As we passed under a bridge, a loud splash behind us sent ripples through both the water and our nerves. It sounded exactly like a rock being hurled into the river, a moment that was as intriguing as it was unsettling.
Whoa! You hear that? What? Some just jumped in the water, or got thrown in the water.
That's a cutter. Those are cutter bars.
Brian, some just got thrown in the water behind us.
Really?
I just heard kaboom.
We're right here at the fucking bridge.
While we can't confirm what caused it, it was a reminder that out here in the wild, anything is possible. With the river no longer navigable and 3 miles still to cover, our producer Kayla and I set out on foot. With darkness approaching and our clothes still soaked, we left Brian and Joey behind to guard the boats and continue their search. Our walk was peaceful, yet there was an unease in the air. Something about the isolated back road, stretching on for miles with no one else in sight, made us feel like we weren't entirely alone.
So, update. We decided that we couldn't go any further with the boats and whatnot. It was gonna take too long. But I think we all underestimated how far from town we actually are. And in hindsight, obviously, we could have just parked the truck closer and we would have already been out of here, but hindsight's 20/20. So, Kayla and I are currently walking on this backwoods road. And we got about 5 miles to town, so we'll see. We might die. We might all die. We might get snatched up by Bigfoot. It's getting kind of dark.
Sun's behind the mountain.
And us being the idiots that we are, 2 people drove past us, and we were too full of pride to ask for help, so here's to hoping a third person drives by. If not, I guess we'll see you in Whitehall in about 2.5 hours.
And then we encountered something truly strange. A skunky, musty smell suddenly filled the air. Unlike anything I've encountered in my years as an outdoorsman, it was a smell with layers, almost like musty decomposition mixed with the sulfur-like odors that burned the nostrils. It could have been nothing, but it was unlike anything we had experienced before.
Well, we got at least 2 hours of sitting here. At least 2 hours.
No.
Yeah. It's going to take me 2 hours to walk.
You think so? Do you keep your branches snapping?
I heard something, but
That's like the 3rd time, Brian, I heard crack, and it's behind us.
the road's right up there.
There's nobody here.
Yeah.
marsh back there. It's all marsh. It goes back there about 3 miles.
Wow. Is it like travelable?
It's all bogs.
Bogs.
No, it's the same thing. It's on that side of the road down the other end.
It was very weird, man. I heard that twig snap like 3 or 4 times. Crack as we were talking. You think one of these things could walk through here?
What's that?
You think one of those things could walk through here?
They probably could. As you get out there, that looks like about that tall. Well, you get in there because you're in the water and the goo. I wouldn't want to walk through that fucker where I looked at tea in China. The way rattlesnakes are down here.
Did you watch that video that I sent Sue? It was probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago, right before we did our other investigation overnight. I had messaged Sue like a day or two later. It was Small Town Monsters.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about Bigfoot, portals, UFOs, and something else. Did you see those guys with the fucking paint on their face? They look like military.
Mm-hmm. There are these guys up in Pike Brooks at those fucking military helicopters. I mean, I asked him, who's acting chief. He's retired from the police department and the sheriff's department. But he said that they're doing practice of some kind up around the Pine Lake area. I said, well, what are they taking out of their black op helicopters? No star on it, no nothing.
No markings.
Oh, he said they land in the field down there by past a judge's house. I said, really? I said, just explain to me. Black op
helicopters.
Great big black SUVs, all blacked out with people in fucking dark suits. Now, what kind of practice they doing up here?
Up here in this.
And you tell me what they got in a big fucking tarp hanging underneath the fucking helicopter.
Really? Where is this? Not far from here?
No.
That's weird.
South Bay. And the people at Andrew and I know exactly where I live. I've been up their house a couple of times because they're right on the end of Pine Lake. And that's where one of the first casts ever taken must come out of was Pine Lake.
You scared me, Brian. Did you just throw a rock? No. Yo, bro, what the fuck? Something just went plunk in the water as you were walking up there.
No, I'm picking this shit. Start firewood. I don't pull no fucking...
No, I thought you just threw a rock.
Nope. I don't do that shit when we're doing any kind of an investigation.
What the hell was that?
See the water still moving there. You're good. You're
It's been a long fucking day, Josh. Nice to meet you, man.
Do you need any water or anything? You guys got everything?
We got stuff. We tried to do a little Poultney blast today down the river, and the fucking water was so low it was a nightmare.
We pushed the boat through gravel almost as much as we rode.
Yeah.
No kidding.
There's 3 of us in the boat, and then
I run a YouTube channel.
No shit.
Yeah, and me and Brian have been kind of scouting around for Bigfoot in this area. Been spotted a lot.
Coming here for a long time, man. And
he's Brian Gosselin, the cop that saw it in Whitehall.
I know it.
He's a man.
Fucking A. Fucking
well, there's been so many reports here off in this spot so many times over the years. And I'm going back 40 years.
I've partied here for 30 years.
30 years.
I've heard shit in the woods that we've all fucking left. I mean, 10 of us.
You're not the only one.
Turned around and fucking fucked a beer. Let's go.
Rocks.
What kind of stuff did you experience?
Around the road and shit.
I don't really want to delve into it, really, because
I hear you.
No, I was hoping he came from that way and might have saw him.
His vehicle sounded just like Anthony's. He's got that little bit of an exhaust leak. So I was like, is that Tony?
Yeah.
The kids had to walk back to get the car.
You said an hour ago?
About an hour and a half ago.
So
and they had to walk about 3 miles.
They should have made it by now.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Want me to go and do a run?
Would you do that?
Would you do that? That'd be awesome, Josh.
Would.
I'll give you a few bucks to do it, man.
Whatever, dude. Don't fucking give me no cash. I mean, oh no, don't give me any money.
He's joking.
Seriously.
He's joking.
Yeah, no.
He was joking.
I'm serious.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, somebody's got to go check on and make sure everything.
Make sure, man. My truck is a 08
08 GMC.
Real beautiful friggin' LXZ Silverado.
So you came upriver?
Yeah, what it is that my wife bring me down that end of the bridge before she went to work and dropped my truck off so we could get the boats, because you got to have transportation from that way back all the way back to Carver's Falls Dam.
Yeah.
And so I put my truck down there. And we did our our tour.
Supposed tour.
Holy shit!
I'm still fucking soaked.
Christ, I was in the water.
I see lights.
Is it or not?
I don't know. We'll see. No, that's Tony. That's them. That's definitely them.
Those are my lights.
Despite the day's challenges, we were not disheartened. Instead, we were fueled by the promise of what lay ahead. We plan to return and finish our journey down the river, where the waters seem more navigable and the unknown awaits. But first, Brian will join us on another expedition to the infamous Hog Town, a hotbed for Sasquatch sightings this time of year. While our search didn't yield much concrete evidence this time, it's a reminder of just how elusive these creatures are. Finding proof is like searching for the infamous needle in a haystack. Difficult, but not impossible. After all, a single Sasquatch could have a territory spanning 100 miles, traversing terrain far more efficiently than we can. My favorite author and forefather of cryptozoology, Bernard Heuvelmans, once said, "There should be no need to refute Cuvier's dictum any further." He challenged the notion that there are no great terrestrial animals left to discover, pointing to the hundreds of new species of large fauna discovered in the last century alone. The idea that there may still be large undiscovered species lurking in our own backyards isn't as far-fetched as some might think. As technology advances, we inch closer to uncovering the truth about Sasquatch and other potential cryptids. But I hope when that discovery finally comes, it happens under the right circumstances. Before we drive a species to extinction, before it ever has a chance to be fully understood.